Hi everyone, Tina here. It's a beautiful day in Vermont and it's October. So I wanted to make a video to talk a little about shadow and shadow work. What is it and why do we do it and how do we do it? And I wanted to talk a little bit about our collective shadow that we're working with a lot right now around our sexuality and how that's showing up in the world. So in psychoanalytic theory, shadow is any aspect of self, emotion, or part that has been deemed unacceptable, has been exiled, is not allowed to show up. So positive aspects of self or negative aspects can be in the shadow. For example, someone's creativity might be part of their shadow if, for example, they didn't have an experience in school that supported the development of their creative energy. Or maybe they had an experience which created a lot of doubt. Some people have part or all of their sexuality in their shadow if they were shamed or they didn't have enough guidance or enough safe spaces to really express and understand and develop their sexuality. And some really difficult feelings can be part of the shadow, like our anger or violence or vulnerability or even love. Love can be a really difficult feeling to hold. Heartbreak. So when these aspects are in the shadow, they don't go away. They're still part of us, but they're just expressing themselves differently and maybe with less consciousness and less awareness. So why do we do shadow work? Well, it might feel obvious why we would want to reclaim parts of our creativity or sexuality. Creativity can bring beauty and inspiration and purpose and spirituality into our lives. Our sexuality brings pleasure and fulfillment and healing. And some of the more, what might feel like more challenging aspects of the shadow, like violence, like, oh, I don't want to look at my violence or my judgment or vulnerability. I don't want to go there. Why would we do that? Well, all of these things are part of our life force and our expression and our wholeness. And in the shadow, they kind of fester and they don't actually go away. So they're still going to express themselves in maybe more passive ways. By reclaiming something like violence or looking at it, it has an opportunity to transform into something like power. Aggression can transform into action or vitality in the body. Vulnerability can become compassion or love. So how do we do this? Well, there are lots of ways. Psychotherapy is a great place to start unpacking and exploring and understanding what is happening. Journaling or meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature, anything that allows space for inquiry and asking questions. Triggers are a blessing in disguise. When we feel triggered, like really something happens and we feel like rage or aggression or sudden grief, there's something there. There's something really valuable there that wants some attention and wants to be looked at. And it can be really hard because those feelings are challenging and really vulnerable. So, in thinking about this collective sexual shadow we're holding right now, a lot of our collective desires and needs are currently in the shadow because people just simply haven't had enough space where they're not feeling shamed or judged, or afraid for their lives, frankly, to express these things. And so safety is really important. So having a place where you feel safe to do that. Maybe these needs can be first written about or shared with a close friend. So what is happening with our collective sexual shadow? I wanted to talk a little more about that because we see so much violence and oppression and judgment right now in the world. And when those things are really up, it's kind of a red flag that there's some shadow work to be done, something that needs to be transformed. And so something like homophobia can be really like there is either a fear or a desire within a person. And often these triggers do point toward either a desire like, oh, I feel so jealous of this person's creative expression or the way they're living their life, and that's information. It's all really good information if we can be safe enough to turn toward that information with curiosity rather than aversion. Yes, we are doing some big work right now to transform these things, and I'm really grateful for everyone who is doing that. And I have a real wish for there to be more healing in the world. And so I also want to talk about what I'm offering and how that might be able to support you. I'm holding a dance workshop. It's a contact improvisation based workshop coming up at Sobo Studio in Brattleboro, November 3rd and November 7th. And that's called Ignite Your Winter Light. And the first day we're going to focus on light, and the second day on shadow. So it's an opportunity to really look at what is resilient and beautiful and really flowing, and to look at what is still out of the awareness that's really calling attention. And we'll do that in a embodied, somatic way with others. That will be really fun. I'm also offering 3 sessions for $150, which is a really good deal for, it's an hour and 15-minute session where we'll do some somatic work and really drop in and see what is wanting attention and what aspects are wanting to have some space held for transformation and evolution. And you can sign up for those. That special is through the end of October, but you can do the sessions through the end of the year. So I'm sure there's a lot of things that I forgot that I want to say that I'm going to remember right when I'm done with this video, but that's it for now. And thank you so much for listening. I'm really grateful for all of you, and I hope that you are connecting with a lot of nourishment this time of year as the season changes, and connecting with your gratitude and your supports. And I hope to hear from you if you want to check out my website. It's emergeholistictherapy.com, or you can contact me directly. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching.